Well, it is the news that we all expected to hear this week, but it still doesn't make the news any easier. Minnesota Vikings rookie quarterback J.J. McCarthy is officially out for the season after it was reported that he needed a full meniscus repair after preseason game number 1. After his sensational debut versus the Las Vegas Raiders, J.J. McCarthy is now out for the season. Just to add to the unfortunate situations to the Minnesota Vikings offseason, the passing of Kyrie Jackson, number 1. Jordan Addison's D-Dub, number 2. Mekhi Blackman's torn ACL, number 3. And J.J. McCarthy's ruptured meniscus, or meniscus tear, whatever you want to call it, is number 4. Wow. The Minnesota Vikings quarterback luck is really tough, man. 2016, Teddy Bridgewater suffers serious non-contact knee injury before the start of the regular season, in which he almost lost his leg. 2023, Kirk Cousins ruptures his Achilles in Week 8, right when the Minnesota Vikings season was getting going, and a butt-kicking against the Green Bay Packers. And this Saturday, J.J. McCarthy tears his meniscus, doesn't even come out of the game, and it requires a full repair. Something that was precautionary, sitting out of practice, according to the Minnesota Vikings organization, which they still needed to do a test on, even though it was precautionary. How does that make sense? I don't know. Well, they were keeping things close to their chest because J.J. McCarthy needed a full repair, and he will miss his entire rookie season in the NFL. And this was the decision that was best for both parties. This was best for J.J. McCarthy, and this was best for the Minnesota Vikings organization in terms of getting a full repair and not getting just a little slap on the wrist, a little trim of the meniscus, because you don't want to deal with this thing in the future. And it's not Week 11 where the Minnesota Vikings, hopefully are in contention. And if J.J. McCarthy's the starting quarterback, you hope to get him back for a stretch playoff run. It's not that type of situation. He wasn't going to start Week 1 anyways. J.J. McCarthy was never going to start Week 1. Sam Darnold was always going to be that guy, regardless of how J.J. McCarthy performed in preseason game number 2 or preseason game number 3. Sam Darnold played one possession in preseason game number 1, which is all you needed to know about who Kevin O'Connell trusts to be quarterback number 1. I'm sure he trusts McCarthy too, but let's be real here. There was no possible way that J.J. McCarthy was going to start Week 1 on the road against the New York Giants with the 49ers and Texans and Packers and Jets next on the schedule. It was never happening. But it still sucks because my thought was post-bye week. And I think a lot of other people were thinking the same thing. But especially after the first preseason game, where J.J. McCarthy dazzled. He threw spectacular throws to Tristan Jackson and Trent Sherfield Sr. He threw a great pass to Nick Muse. He completed a 4th down. He scrambled. He escaped the pocket. He flashed so many great traits that you want to see, that you hope to see, and most of the times you don't see in a rookie quarterback's first game in the NFL. But he is out for the season, and now the hope is J.J. McCarthy gets a lot of mental work in, understands how to read defenses, understands what Kevin O'Connell wants from him, can learn. He's basically just going to be a backup the entire season, which was a possibility. Like, that could have happened regardless. But now he doesn't get the practice reps. Now he doesn't get any reps with the number 1 offense, which he was going to get in joint practices this week with the Cleveland Browns. So it just sucks all around. But a full meniscus repair was the only right option, even if a trim was possible. A meniscus repair is the only right option because it is the best case scenario for J.J. McCarthy's long-term health and long-term future with the Minnesota Vikings. You don't want to have to deal with this thing again. You don't ever want to have this be a conversation again. And if you get it trimmed, then it's a conversation. Then it's something that, okay, well, this could pop up at any moment. So it was the right decision, and hopefully J.J. McCarthy recovers and can learn a lot of things behind the scenes for the Minnesota Vikings. But sad day, unfortunate day, and the unfortunate circumstances continue for the Minnesota Vikings organization.